right, some things you should have figured out in the investigation. First was when you FOIL this for the question, identify A, B, and C, and then you're going to put it into an online tool for the quadratic formula. Just a reminder of how to FOIL, that's the box method or distributive property. I'm not going to draw out the box, but I am going to kind of go through the distributive property. So 2x times 3x is the first part. Remember that x times x is x squared. 2x times a negative 2. Negative 3 times 3x is negative 9x. And negative 3 times a negative 2 is plus 6. After I FOIL, I almost always have some kind of like terms in the middle to combine. So 6x squared minus 13x plus 6 equals y. What I'm looking for is a, b, and c. So a is the number or coefficient on x squared. B is the number or coefficient attached to x. And c stands for constant, so it's the number that's hanging out there. So this is a, this is b, and this is c. Sometimes you don't have all of those terms, or it may not be obvious what they are. Hopefully you guys remember the ever popular understood 1. So when I look at letter B, this term here, x squared, doesn't have a coefficient, and I need it to have a coefficient. So I'm going to put in that understood 1. And then what I have is A is 1, B is 6, C is 8. And then on question C, or part C of this part, when it asks you to identify that, you have y equals x squared plus 13. Again, I don't have anything in front of x squared, so there's my understood 1. But I also don't have the proper terms. Remember I said that a is attached to the x squared, so it's 1. B is attached to the x. I don't see an x in here. So that means there is no x, or there's 0x. So there's my b is a 0. And then finally my constant, or my c, is 13. Doesn't matter. It does matter that they're out of order, because I do want to pay attention to that. But if I don't have a term, I always put it in the quadratic equation as 0. When you use an online tool, you do have to have all the pieces. It doesn't understand that you have a 0 somewhere, so you do have to tell it that.